Good morning. Join Nook Book Club. We are here for another book club interview. Yes, I have my guest. I'm going to show you this cover. I know I'm not even going to say it because y'all already know how I feel about a cover. Yes, it says what it says. Pastor's Widow. Okay. I have here with me Khara Campbell. And this author right here, y'all, when I was reading the book and I got to a certain point, I said, no, she didn't. And y'all, when I said no, she didn't, Nook Club, I couldn't put the book down. I was just like, no, she didn't. She got me up here reading this book right here. Y'all, I read it in 2 days. 2 days. Yes, 2 days. It was smooth. Y'all know how I like to read something. It's like butter. It was smooth like butter. And it was clean Christian romance, y'all. Reality. Some of the instances in the book, if I was in a different place and station and time in my life, I probably would have been like, ain't nothing like that gonna happen. Ain't nothing that can't nothing like it happen. But there was situations, and I'm like, it is so true. When you keep God in the forefront of your life, whether it's dealing with relationships, whether intimate relationships, whether family relationships, whether, so you could say your kinships, friendships, social ships, however you want to call it, okay? Um, when you keep God first and you allow the word of God to truly guide you through your steps and you don't waver on your faith, God will work that thing out and it will be smooth like butter. Like butter. The situations and things that happened in this book were not impossible. Were not at all. It wasn't one of those fictions where, oh, everything was, peaches and cream and jelly beans, okay? No, it wasn't. It was life. It was life. Whether it was the author's life, someone else's life. It was life, but I found myself in the pages of her book. And when an author can do that and be a Christian writer at that, then you know that they are truly allowing God to use their gifts and talents for what it's supposed to be used for. I tell you that all the time. Allow God to use your gifts. Shift with it, right, y'all? Shift with it. Sustainable habits inspire mindful transformation to help you get your shift right. That's the only way you can change. But a lot happened in this book. We're going to get to the juicy bits and things of the book today. But I want to go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor because our sponsor today is the Joy Nook store. Yes, merchandise. Y'all, I told y'all we weren't playing. Y'all see the shirt. Look, check the shirt out, okay, y'all? Okay? I mean, every time I come on the air, I'm showing y'all some new merchandise, okay? When the link comes out, be ready to purchase. I am sitting up here having my cup of tea with my shift mug, okay? All right, everything's there, y'all, okay? Reminding you. I am so excited about this merchandise line. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. And it is a true reflection of what the Joy Nook Network LLC is all about. It's all about helping women to impact their lives, to discover sustainable habits that inspire mindful transformation. That's what we do. So when the link comes out, y'all be ready, be ready, be ready. But we're going to go ahead and get into the bio. Okay. Khara Campbell holds a Bachelor's of Fine Arts degree in creative writing from Midland University. She enjoys blogging about the happenings of life, faith, parenting, her publishing journey, marriage, fashion, and her bohemian heritage on www.kharacampbell.blogspot.com. Do not get excited and say, I'm trying to write it down. Y'all know what I always say. I got you. All this information will be right in her bio, all in it in the description box. So I just want to read it. I just wanted to read a little bit about her. She was born and raised in Nassau, the Bahamas. Um, she resides in Washington D.C. metro area with her husband and their 3 children. She is a contributor to the prayingwoman.com. Again, that's another website I will be placing in her description box. She wrote an essay for Ebony magazine, and she was also featured in Bronze magazine and the Tribune newspaper in Nassau, Bahamas. Yo, she is not playing with us. And let me tell you something. Like I said, the words came out like butter. So it is with great pleasure and honor that I drop the mic to today's author of The Pastor's Widow, Khara Campbell.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Thank you for this opportunity again, for being here and just, featuring one of my books. This is, oh, wow, I can't remember which number I'm at now. I think 15, 14. But I'm just appreciative of the opportunity to share about Pastor's Widow. This is a Christian fiction, like Alini has just said. And I have different genres that I write in, but I'm moving more so now into Christian fiction more so, but I do have romance fiction. I do have a children's book as well, called Island Girl. So I was born and raised in Nassau, the Bahamas, but now I'm here in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area with my husband and 3 kids and 2 dogs. Can't leave out my 2 dogs because they're part of the family too. But right now, I am going to go into a part of the book before we go into discussion of the characters in the story. So this is the prologue. So I'm going to read a little bit of the prologue of the book. And this, in the prologue, Naomi, she's the main character. She had thrown a pastoral anniversary party for her husband, Jonah. So this is part of it. Jonah turns to greet Bailey and her husband, Derek. All 6 of us are thick as thieves. We're all close in age in our late 30s and early 40s. Bailey is the only non-Black in the group. Her cream skin tone, natural red hair, and green eyes are a big giveaway. The celebration continues without a hitch. Even me and Jonah's teenage fraternal twins, Messiah and Shallow, are having a good time among the grown-ups. Surprisingly, both our son and daughter dance with Jonah and me when Kirk Franklin's Give Me featuring Mali music hits the speakers, teaching us some dance moves to go with it. We have the dance down when Kirk Franklin's song Like Me drops. He's one of both Jonah and my favorite Christian artists. So now this moves to another part in the prologue. Are you ready for the after party, babe? I asked Jonah when he steps out of the master bathroom, finding me sitting bare on the edge of our bed. I had my micro locks in an updo earlier tonight. Now my locks hang free, framing my face. Jonah bites down on his bottom lip while devouring my size 8 chocolate dark frame with his eyes. I'm going to dispel another myth. Pastors enjoy a healthy sex life with their partners. At least we do. God didn't intend sex only for procreation. I'm always up for partying with you. Jonah advances towards me like a lion ready to tear some flesh up. Now this moves on to another part of the prologue. Naomi, last night was a big surprise. I appreciate the time you took planning the celebration. You are an amazing wife and mother to our children. I love you. I could die today happy and content with all that I have accomplished. Jonah is fully dressed for the day, sitting on the side of the bed, leaning over me. He kisses me with my morning breath and all. I reach up and stroke his stubbled cheek. You're welcome. I love you. And stop talking about dying anytime soon. Death is inevitable for all of us. You know that. Of course, I don't want to die now, but I just want you to know if I did, it would be with no regrets. Me too. If I died today, I would die content knowing that Messiah and Shallow have you. You're a wonderful husband and father. God outdid himself blessing me with you. Thank you, but you're not leaving me here on earth without you. Whenever the Lord sees fit, I would rather die before you. I don't know if I would be strong enough to handle losing you. And you have to promise me whenever I die, you are to move on with your life. I give you 1 month tops to do it. I sit up in bed. What? A month to grieve my husband? He can't be serious. Yes, Naomi, a month. I will be in a better place, and I want you to be strong for our kids and move on with your life. I will be at peace knowing that you did, or else I will ask God to send me to hunt you. Jonah tickles my side, causing me to giggle. I push his hands away. You would hunt me if I don't remarry? You don't have to remarry if you don't want to, but I don't want you to feel guilty about it if you do. I shake my head. I don't like talking about this, Jonah. I know we have more good years ahead of us. The twins' graduation from high school, college, their marriages, grandkids, and I owe you a European vacation. Indeed, you do. And don't think I'll forget it anytime soon. Jonah kisses me again. I'm heading to the church early to support Wayne. He may not admit it, but I think he's nervous about teaching at the Brotherhood conference today. Yeah, he may be. This is a bigger audience than the Thursday night Bible study he teaches. Give him my blessings too. I will. See you later. Jonah rises, then leaves our bedroom. I lay back down to rest some more. Jonah put me through a serious workout last night and I'm sore. Not long after my head hits the pillow, I fall asleep. All right, so this is another part in the prologue. Naomi, I hear a familiar voice call out my name while someone nudges me. I stretch without opening my eyes. Nay, that's Ruth. She is the only one who calls me by a nickname. I hate nicknames, but she loves them. Sis, get up, please. The urgency and solemnness in her voice prompts me to open my eyes. She's not alone. Bailey is also in the bedroom. Both of them have red rim eyes, Bailey more so because of her creamy complexion, but even her tan from the Florida sun can't hide that she's been crying. What's wrong? I asked, preparing my heart for some bad news. Jo- Jonah, he was in a car accident over an hour ago, Ruth begins. I immediately hop out of bed and with my heart and mind racing. I'm still naked from last night and go immediately to my bureau to find underwear to put on. I need to get to the hospital to see my husband. Please, Jesus, let him be all right. Nay, he died on impact. Ruth's words sent me to my knees. I'm dreaming, I'm dreaming. Jonah was talking about that and I fell asleep with a nightmare of it happening in real life. I'm dreaming, I'm dreaming. Naomi, it's not a dream. I'm so sorry. Bailey sobs. I must have said my thoughts out loud. Let us help you get up. Let us help you get dressed. They're going to need you to identify the body. That's when I passed out. And this is chapter 1, and I'm just going to read a small portion of it, and then I will end the preview of the book. So this is 1.5 years later. I have never been afraid of death. This is Naomi POV, by the way. I have never been afraid of death. Well, maybe I was as a kid when my grandmother died when I was 6. I hated death because it took my Grammy away. And I was afraid it would come again, taking away my parents, sisters, and me. When I gave my life to Christ at the age of 20, understanding the significance of my salvation, death no longer stung. Oh, death, where's your power? Oh, death, where are your pains? The pain in death is sin. Sin has power over those under the law, but God is the one who gives us power over sin through Jesus Christ our Lord. We give thanks to him for this. 1 Corinthians 15, verse 55 to 57. Death took Jonah away from me and our twins a year and a half ago. I still don't fear death, but I hate it. Jonah died on a picture perfect day. The Florida sun was shining bright, no clouds in the sky. A robbery suspect led the police on a high-speed chase. His heavy-duty Ford pickup truck crashed into Jonah's 2007 BMW head-on. Jonah loved that car and refused to part with it. I remember we had saved for a year for the down payment on it, and I was so happy when we went to the dealership and got it for his 27th birthday. Being a widow is hard in so many ways. It feels like my entire life was snatched away from me, leaving me unprepared. Unprepared to be a single mother, unprepared to fill in the gaps Jonah left behind for our twins. I'm prepared to face each day without my soulmate. I'm prepared for living a life of celibacy after I went almost 20 years with an exceptionally great sex life. And I'm prepared to carry on Jonah's legacy at the church. Okay, that is the end of a little snippet into the book because I don't want to give too much away because after, especially when the other main characters come in, Caden and Ryan, and you see how they mesh. I don't want to give too much away to sway you on which side that she's gonna lean on.
Y'all. You know how I am. Let me tell you something. All right, Khara. That's all I'm gonna say is this. You jacked me up in the beginning, okay? You didn't even give us time. You didn't give no one time. No one. Like, even I told you, my director of business, she read the book before I did. She said that jacked her up. She said, after that, she said, I didn't know if I wanted to stop or move on. She said, but something said, go ahead, read it, read it, read it.
Yeah.
And when you were writing the prologue, did you already have a clear idea of the journey you wanted her to go on?
Yes.
And that's Naomi. When I'm saying her, y'all, I'm talking about the main character, Naomi.
Yes, I did. I did. Whenever I'm writing, I already know what I want the end to be.
Okay.
So I know what the end is going to be, and I build up from there.
Gotcha.
So I already have. Okay, this is the outcome. Now I need to go back and begin the journey to the outcome.
So okay. So knowing that you already knew the outcome, how do you begin to build your characters? Because each of these characters had layers. I mean, it was not one that didn't have some layer. I mean, of course, the main characters have a lot of layers, but how do you build on on your characters?
Well, definitely when I'm starting, I have a general idea of who they are,
Mm-hmm.
but it really doesn't build up so much until I'm in the story.
Gotcha.
And then, this may be weird, but I'm sure a lot of other writers have said it. They begin talking to us. They tell us
Mm-hmm.
their story.
Yes.
And I got to get it down on paper.
Right.
That's basically all I can say. Like, I have a general idea of who the characters, I map up their age, their description, their
Okay.
careers and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really come full circle until I'm writing. And then everything kind of just like, okay, this is Jonah's story. This is Naomi's story. This
Right.
is Ryan's character. And I play on the characters too. So when I know what their personalities are too, that
Mm-hmm.
helps me to build on because I like to stay true to their personalities.
Right.
And the background plays a lot into that as well. So I
Right.
wanted to be as authentic as
Mm-hmm.
possible. So
Right.
yeah.
So did you now Naomi is very complex because she's in a position that most of us will not know about.
Right.
To be a pastor's wife, it's a totally different feel, place, being, everything, okay? And this is coming from someone that was raised in a home where her father is an elder, her mother's a missionary, so I understand the pull, okay? When writing Naomi's character, and I know you said they start speaking to you, did you have to go and speak to anyone that was a first lady to write her character, or did that just because girl, you hit it?
No, I didn't. And it's interesting too with her. It's a first lady. I have another book, Lady of the Church. So
Uh-huh.
she passes widow as well. So that came before. So that helped with that. But no, I didn't talk to anybody in particular. Like you, I
Hmm.
grew up in a church and just being in the church. And then my husband had
Hmm.
certain positions in the church as well. And just, being in the church from I was a young girl to now,
Right.
being a part of different denominations because I grew up under the Anglican, then I went Baptist, and then, so all the different denominations,
Right.
the different cultures. I'm from the Bahamas, and then
Hmm.
the culture there with the churches, and then here, so it was just all my experience, and
Right.
I just
Okay.
brought it. And so experience being in the church and just my imagination. I'm like, I try to put myself in my character's shoes
Okay.
as much as possible. I try to feel like, what would it be like if that was me?
Right. Right.
How would I deal with that situation? How would I feel?
Right. Right.
So that's part of it as well. So it
Right.
wasn't anybody in particular that I built her character off of. It was just
Okay.
experience of just being in a church, witnessing certain things. My husband was in certain ministries in the church, and then for the longest time I taught Sunday school, so I did certain things in the church as well
Mm.
too. So it was just
So you already understood ministry.
yes,
You already understood ministry because that's a pull.
yeah,
And like I said, a lot of people will never really understand the full scope of a first lady and what can occur, and how the church leans on the first lady sometimes even more than the pastor, because they know the pastor is doing these other things.
right,
And I love the strength but realistic nature of Naomi. Oh my
yes,
goodness, the vulnerability that she showed,
yes,
because that day she was in the closet.
hmm,
Y'all,
yeah,
she was in the closet, and I can remember a time when something deep, like deep, you gotta let it go. And when you let that thing go, woo, it hurts. It hurts from your gut, from your feet to your gut to your neck to your head. So I tell you, it is so interesting how um it's interesting how, we all have those opportunities. We all have those opportunities in our life where, we are, um, we may have, someone that we loved, or someone that we've been friends with. And then that day that we have to let them go for whatever reason, even if they have done something to us or haven't done something to us. You know, it can hurt from your belly. It can truly hurt from your belly. And then when the thing that I commended commended her on was how honest she was in that closet.
yeah, and
What
how sorry,
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Because you
yeah,
probably gonna say what I was getting ready to say. Go ahead.
and the character who was there with her too, like it was
Mm-hmm.
a profound moment for that
Yes.
character.
Yes.
So
Yes.
um, it really, she needed it.
Mm.
She struggled so much with
Mm-hmm.
it. So that was a pivotal moment
Yes.
there for her. It was in so many ways. Just a year and a half, husband passed away, and so tragically.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
Yes.
responsibility she took on with the church, and then being a single mom,
Yes.
with kids, like all of this stuff. So it was really a pivotal moment, full
Mm-hmm.
circle for
Oh
her.
yeah. Oh yeah. With you, I will say this. You did that thing. you
Yeah.
you did that thing because it was so because it led into a conversation that now we got to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you're dating, and I'm speaking to all of my single mommies out there, okay? Because I was once there. I was a Christian single woman dating. And it isn't easy, whether you are strong in your faith,
Yeah.
medium in your faith,
Yeah.
slow in your faith, you know,
You're absolutely
wherever you,
right.
wherever you land. It's a struggle because it's just so unknown.
Yeah.
It's so unknown. And I did. I mean, I'm gonna say I have a lot of favorite parts, but I brought that up because that was one of my favorite parts because I felt it.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt that thing. I was like sitting in that closet with her,
Yeah. Thank
you
you.
know.
That was my hope. Like in so many instances as a writer, I'm like, when I'm feeling that feeling when I'm writing, I'm like, I
Hmm.
hope that the character, like the readers really get it. Like they
Right,
feel this emotion that I'm trying to portray. And so thank you for that. Thank you.
girl. And then okay, I just gotta ask you. I'm gonna say his name, and only
Yeah.
because that's the only way you can help me through. Because he was full of foolishness.
Uh,
Wayne,
yes.
Wayne,
Yes.
girl.
Yes. I enjoyed writing him. He was oh my gosh. He was a character for sure.
He was. Oh, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I'm saying the names. So she already said two of the names. She said
I can
Ryan, and
say all of them
she
actually.
said Ryan, Caden, okay? Ryan, Caden, and we got Wayne.
Yeah.
This man is a whole fool. He wasn't a half a fool. He was a whole fool.
Yes.
Y'all,
Absolutely. He sure was.
his now this is what I wanted to know. What made you put in the last shenanigan that he did? The last one.
Yeah, I just wanted to show that, you can't be doing this nonsense and not think it's going to come back to you. Because he was so full of himself.
He was.
He
He
was
was.
so full of himself. So he needed that moment on
Right.
camera too. Live on camera. He needed that
Oh my goodness.
because he tried Naomi he tried
So much.
so many times. So many times.
Girl, but when he got jacked up in the restaurant,
Well, thank you. Yep. Yep.
I was just like, I went back and read it again because I was done. I was just like, this is funny. It was good. It was funny, and you allowed the men to be men in this book, and the men, and y'all, it wasn't that. So we're speaking of Wayne, and yes, he was a whole fool.
Yeah.
But the one thing that he could do was preach. Man, he could preach, okay? So,
I don't know. That's
right, that's true, that too. But, everybody seemed to be, feeling it. It seemed like, for them to even allow him, and for Jonah. And I think, and I don't know if that's what you were doing. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But he also was a clear reminder of Jonah for Naomi.
Yeah.
And I felt because I know how I feel about my husband. And when if he puts energy into someone,
Right.
I'm not questioning him because I know the character of the man that I married,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And I felt like that was why she gave him so much
Yes.
compassion, and
Yes.
like, even, yeah, I'm not giving it away, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all know I don't give it away.
It definitely
But
was a reason
okay,
for, yeah,
okay.
because he was grooming him prior to.
Right.
He was
Right.
trying. He was trying, but we saw how that worked out after.
A whole fool. A whole fool.
Yeah.
And then the question, y'all, he asked her this one question. And I said, y'all, I was talking, Nook Club, I'm telling you, I was talking to the book. I said, fool, no, you didn't. I said,
He sure did.
Jesus loves babies and fools. Jesus loves babies and fools. And this man right here is a whole fool.
Yes.
So because when you added that, I was not expecting that.
Mhm. Yeah.
I was not. So and another incident I want to tap into because I thought it was bold. I really thought it was a bold move. And um the the birthday.
Oh,
And yes. Now I'm not gonna say who was at whose birthday. You know, Naomi was at the birthday with someone.
right.
I want to know that was bold to do to write because I'm sitting up there going,
What's this? Wait, let me remind
mm.
you. Where was this? Because I wrote.
At it was at towards the end when they went
But where were they?
to they was it when they was at the birthday
Were they at
he
the
that was
bowling?
that yeah yes
Bowl.
no it was they was playing pool and
Okay.
he
Yes.
came up on them.
Yes.
He came up on
Yes.
them
Yes.
and was talking smack.
Yes.
He was talking clear smack. And I just was like, she asked him to go to his birthday
I
party.
know. I know.
I said, Aline, you gotta ask her what was she thinking when she wrote that? Because I was just like, let me tell you something. My husband,
Not happening.
he
Not
would have
happening.
been like, dating or not, that man's a mild mellow man. The man speaking one tone. Yes, love. No love. Okay, love. Yes, I'm very excited, love. But let me tell you, if I asked him to do something like that,
Yeah.
he would like, who do you think I am? So what made you write that in there? Because it was good. It was good though. It was good though.
I needed that scene. That's why I asked, because I'm sorry. I asked because I wrote this a year ago and I've written 3 other scenes. So
Got you. Okay. That's
stuff are
okay.
just blending in. Sorry.
That's okay. No, you're fine. That's why I had to stop. I didn't want to give away anything. That's why I was like,
Yeah,
because I
that's
was getting ready to
fine.
go to Casey. I was getting ready to say the where they was at, and Casey came up in there too.
Yeah. Yeah. That was another good one. Yeah.
Woo, girl.
That was another good one. But I needed, for one, she was really struggling with even though that person did what he did,
Mm-hmm.
who the birthday party was for,
Mm-hmm.
there was still some type of friendship and she had history.
Right. Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
so she was really trying to be delicate with trying to remain cordial in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
even though what went down was foul.
Right.
And then she also in some ways wanted to show the other person like, hey, it's platonic. It's
It's
nothing.
nothing.
It's
Mm-hmm.
nothing for you to worry about. I need you to trust me. But
Mm-hmm.
eventually things work out. But I needed that scene though, because it was a pivotal scene for both of those male characters. It was very
Mm-hmm.
pivotal. I needed that scene in there because it played a role perfectly how
Right.
the chain of events happened for the other one. So
Right. Because I'm telling you, and then y'all, she didn't stop at just that, okay, in this, all right? Then she had this chick come out of nowhere. I was not expecting Casey to show up like that. I'm like, oh my goodness. Then you had Casey come back.
She's just one of them people, you can.
She was not being shaken. Girlfriend thought she was gonna get the man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave her for you, and I never give you no time of day.
Thank you.
I'm like, are you kidding me? But it shows the reality because people do that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and that's why I said what you had in your book, I'm telling you, ladies, I'm telling you, you have experienced something in this book. Something.
Yeah.
Something. Because especially one, if you had to deal with dating, two, if you have a male friendships.
Mm-hmm.
Because although we may say, you know what, hey, we're just friends, and that's where your mind is,
Right. Right. Yeah.
doesn't mean that that's their mind. And my husband would say that. He's like, it's not that I don't trust you, I
Yeah.
don't trust them.
Yep.
And when you had that in there, honestly, one character, the character,
Yep.
remind me so much of my husband.
Oh wow.
I was just like, oh my goodness, he was patient, he was real, but he was honest.
Yeah.
You're looking good to me. You're
Yeah.
looking
He
good
kept
to
it
me.
real. He kept it all the way
He
real.
did. He was,
Yep.
and but what I did like too was that normally celibacy is on the woman's end
Mm-hmm.
and not specifically on the man's end.
Yeah.
They might say they are being because it hasn't happened in the last 3 months.
Right. Right.
But you made that clear that it was like 5 years.
Yes.
5 years is a long
Yeah.
time. And then the other, even with his shenanigans of, you
Yes.
know, telling the part of the truth that he wanted to tell,
Right.
even he was what, 3 years.
Yes.
So it was real things,
Yes. And
real things.
that was, I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to show that, yeah, and dispel the myth that
Mhm.
men cannot be true in their faith.
Mhm.
I wanted to dispel that myth because men are
Yes.
and can be. There's no way that God would create us to be so if we were not capable of it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, it's just a matter of, will.
Right.
It's a
Right.
matter of will and strength, and not succumbing to your flesh and being weak. Basically,
Right. Right.
that's being weak. If you stand for something, you're going to stand by it.
Mhm. Yep.
Don't get me wrong; it's not easy.
It's
I
not.
am clear about it in the book. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't make
Right.
things seem peachy and perfect because that is
Right.
not life.
Mhm.
That is
Yeah.
not life. That is not reality.
It's not
But at the
reality.
same time, I did want to show that,
Mhm.
men can be true to their faith. And, if celibacy is the walk that both people want to walk on, it's
Right.
attainable. It's possible.
Right.
It's not
Right.
easy, but it's possible.
But it's possible.
And
Yep.
especially if you're both working together for that. So
Yes.
I definitely wanted to show that, yeah, yes, men can. It's
Mhm.
not just
They
it's
sure
not
can.
just the women. Men
Mm.
certainly can.
Right. And I did. I loved that. And I was just like, oh my goodness, this is real. This is
Mhm.
real. Um, and another thing, I loved how the layer of the children was placed in
Yeah,
there because that's a reality in dating.
yeah,
Because I know when my husband and I were dating, it was no, you meet my kids right now and I meet your kids. We
right,
don't even know if we're going,
exactly,
if,
right,
if this is going to work between us. It was just like, but because, again, we stay true to our faith and we allow God to lead us through our process, it allowed for our young adults, for them, when they did meet each other, it was just, easy. It was like butter, y'all.
right. It worked out
It
because
worked out.
the parents were they're good, they're solid, so why
Right.
not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Exactly. And I loved how they were honest about what they were thinking as well, going through the process and giving their mother the thumbs up, the
Yeah.
okay, I'm okay if you
Yes.
go.
Yes.
You
That
know it.
was important. That was,
Yes.
I definitely wanted to show that because it can be hard if, especially the children are not ready because the situation is so
Mm,
delicate. They lost a father.
yes.
It wasn't like they divorced or,
Right.
there's infidelity or something like that. Like he died and he
Right.
died so unexpectedly. So, everybody is different. Some people, I know in real life instances where some kids now, adults, they're not having that for the parent
Right.
moving
Mm-hmm.
on. And I personally think it's selfish, but I can, they have their reason. People have their reason for whatever,
Right.
however they feel. But I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to show that the kids gave their blessing.
They did. Oh,
Um,
oh, that was
and that
good.
was, it kind of also played a role into the prologue too,
Mm-hmm.
what happened with
Yes.
Jonah. And the interesting thing about that is that's actually a similar conversation I had with my husband. And he told me exact
Oh.
same thing. He was like, you have a month. Yeah, that was
Ooh.
real. Like I wrote that. That was real. He told me whenever the time comes, he's like, you have a month to grieve me. And he's dead serious. He said straight up, you have a month.
And that
Actually,
and
actually, I had to beg for that. He told me a week, actually. Yeah, he was like, "You have a week." He was like, I will be gone. I'm in a better place."
mm-hmm.
What's the point? Like,
Yeah, and you wrote that right in there.
he's like, well, "What's the point of you, grieving?" I mean, of course, I want to know that you love me, yes, but I don't want you to be going on defeated in life. Like, move on.
Right,
It's still life.
right.
You have the kids. You have. But yeah, my husband told me that. He was like, "You have a month to grieve my death," and
I told y'all.
it
Reality.
yeah,
That's
he
that this is reality. These are real conversations that people are having. Let
yep.
me because that's why I said after after the incident in the closet, and I know I keep going back to that because, like I said, I had a moment in my life I had to let go of something, and I had to let go. I had to
Mhm.
let go of it, and we all have it.
Yes.
But it when they had the additional conversations, the beauty in the additional conversations um allow for them to really go that next step, because I really believe that and I tell my clients this: if you continue not to discuss something, you can't really progress,
Yeah.
because there's something still
Yes.
bringing you back an inch, bringing you back an inch,
Yeah.
bringing you back an inch. So are you really progressing
Yes.
if it's bringing you back that inch? They were able to discuss things that needed to be discussed, that I mean that thing
Yeah.
pushed them
Yes. It sure
forward.
did. It sure did. Yeah.
It pushed them forward. And I really and then his understanding
Mm-hmm.
that it isn't easy,
Yeah.
because you know how some you're at a place in your life, y'all, and I'm sure other women have felt this, and people don't understand why you're still holding on to
Yeah.
it,
Yeah. Because
you
it's not
know.
their story. It's not their journey. And people,
Mhm.
wholeheartedly, they're in the right place in mind when they want to give advice, but it's kind of
Right.
hard when you haven't been there. And
Yes.
even being there, the circumstances are different.
Hmm. Yep.
So, but yeah, he was very understanding, very patient. He didn't push.
Hmm.
At the same time, he didn't want to just be stagnant. He didn't want nothing to move. He was not going to stay there. Nothing was going to be progressing, but
Right.
he was still understanding, knowing that she needed time. Like
Right.
there's a process.
Hmm.
And like you said, when that pivotal moment happened, it allowed them to move forward because she still was holding, even though
Yeah.
they bonded and they had this understanding, it was still something holding her back because she had
Yes.
to let go. She had to
Yeah.
fully
Let go.
fully let go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, ladies, when you up there telling your girlfriends, I'm thinking about him. No, he's not in my mind. Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Yes, he is. Because trust and believe, if it's somebody that you cared about, even if they hurt you,
yeah,
you still got, I call it divorce them.
yeah,
You
yeah.
you still have to divorce them. You
Yes,
got to divorce the feeling, the everything. Because
yeah.
I know that day my husband told me, um, I'll wait, but I ain't gonna wait forever. I
Mhm.
was like, I'm banging myself together, y'all.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I had to get
You,
rid of,
yeah,
you gotta get rid of that person. But I loved and thoroughly enjoyed this. I am so a fan because you did not you didn't you didn't make it so soft that it wasn't interesting, because sometimes Christian fiction can
yeah.
be a little too soft. I'm like, no, life is not that easy.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's my whole thing when I'm writing Christian fiction. And
Mm-hmm.
we believe it or not, I get some flack for that too, which
Mm-mm.
which blows me away. I'm like, but this is real life. Like
That's
we don't
real life.
we
Yep.
don't live in a fairy tale world.
Right.
you
Yep.
know and even for those that are seasoned Christians, you still
Mm-hmm.
had to go through something. Like your life wasn't always what you're making it seem to be
Right.
now.
Right. Right.
And even in this mature place that you're in, I say mature with air quotes,
Right.
because we
For
all,
some.
right, because we're not perfect. We're
Mm-hmm.
not perfect, and
Mm-hmm.
each and every one of us go through situations, each and every.
Right. Right.
um, But the key is, are we walking in faith? Are we
Right.
allowing Christ into our lives? We're going to
Yes.
mess up. I'm sorry, my dog is whining. That's the
That's
noise.
all right. This is real TV. This is real, y'all. Y'all
He,
already know. We all about reality.
they want to come out, but I'm like, I didn't want them to come out because they'll be barking too loud and carrying on. But yeah, it's we're not perfect. We all go
Right.
through things, but the key is just walking in faith,
Yes. Yes.
having walking in faith and relying on God guiding
Oh
us
yeah.
through. Because but like I said, I don't sugarcoat my stuff
And
at
she's
all.
telling the truth.
I'm keeping it all the way real,
Yes.
respectfully, but
Mm-hmm.
all the way real, because it's life.
It's
And
life. Mm-hmm.
I want my characters and I want my story to be as relatable as possible. And so
Right.
that's what I stick by. I can't have, and like you said, so many Christian fictions, they're nice, but they're not realistic.
They're not. They're
They're
too.
they're too sweet and
They're
clean.
too. Yes.
But that's not real. Like,
Right.
I like how you package it all nice and neat, but that's really not real.
It's not real. Mm-hmm. No. And Car, you did it because, and you backed everything that you're saying because the characters showed their faith. Because let me tell y'all something. They'll break out in a scripture quick to pray themselves down from a sexual tension,
Right.
from anger,
Yep.
from jealousy, from just envy, whatever that negative feeling.
Yes.
They would talk themselves down
Yes.
with the scripture. And then when they had to be bold, courageous, you
Mhm.
know they built themselves up
Yeah.
with the scripture. And these are things that we all do.
Yeah.
Whether it's an affirmation, whether it's a poem, that we like to recite, or whether it's scriptures. We as Christians, we do have those go-tos.
Yeah.
And I loved how you fused it in where it was the character.
Yes.
It wasn't, it never seemed like it was an afterthought. and then you're like, oh, I forgot I had to add a scripture.
Right.
It literally, I could see that character standing there like,
Yes.
Lord, you know,
Mm-hmm.
give me the patience that I need,
Yes.
and y'all, and trust me, I got one that I'm gonna read, but it just, because the other character that we did not even, that I just wanted to talk about a little bit was Claudette.
Yes.
And Claudette reminded, and again, every character, I saw myself in Bailey, saw myself in Ruth, saw myself in Naomi. Like, not that I'm a pastor's,
Right.
widow.
But you relate with them on so many.
Right on, and that's what made the book so good, because I'm telling you, if you are a single woman and you are active in your faith walk, and remember, when I say active, it doesn't mean that you're the most seasoned,
Right.
but you are really pursuing God, a
Yes.
relationship with God.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let me tell you something. In this book, you will find yourself in someone. You will find yourself in someone. And when they do something or say something, I was like, I would have said the same thing. Or I would, or it's, or I would, and even Bailey being, not being, melanin. Okay, she wasn't one of the black and brown sisters, y'all. But guess what? Even Bailey,
Yes.
a friend is a friend.
Yes. Thank you. Yep.
And that's what I got from this. A friend is a friend. It
Yes.
was just that we needed to understand and know the character of Bailey. So when Bailey would say something, we visualized her.
Right. Yeah.
It had nothing to do. She was a friend.
Thank you. Yep.
And
Yep.
she loved her husband. She loved and respected her husband. And they all knew they married crazy. You married crazy.
Yep. Yes.
So I just, and I did. So I just wanted to ask about Claudette, because Claudette was layered up.
Mm-hmm.
She was layered up. And um what made you keep Claudette so and I'm going to say steadfast
Mm-hmm.
and wanting to hold on to her marriage? What made you do it that way? Because she was hurt.
She
She was
was.
hurting.
She was. With Claudette, because with their situation with Claudette and the other who she was with, their
Mm-hmm.
situation, it's typically the other way around.
Yes.
Typically the other way around.
Yes.
So I really, truly wanted to show how it is
Mm-hmm.
when the shoe is on the other foot. And just the dynamic of their relationship and how everything happened and why.
Yes.
That's what I really wanted to portray. You really have to, in relationship, you have to nurture it from beginning to end. Like, don't get in it and get comfortable.
Right.
You have to continue in nurturing and caring for that thing, or something is going to happen and fall to the wayside. And with her, she realized what she did was wrong. She realized the part that she played. She
Right.
wasn't, it wasn't totally all her fault.
Right.
But she recognized her fault. And she was fighting, because it was a moment of what happened was a moment, I wouldn't even call it a moment of weakness, because it was many moments.
Right.
It was
Exactly.
many moments. I can't call it a moment of weakness, but it came from a weakness.
It came from a place of void.
Yes.
A
Yes.
major place of void that happens
Yes.
in marriages.
Yes. A major place of void. So she was like, I'm fighting.
Yeah, she was.
I'm fighting.
Ooh, girl.
All the way through. I am fighting.
She fought all the way to the last.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Yes.
okay.
Because many other
Okay.
people, because just their story, I don't know a whole lot of many women that would have ride it out. Even
Right.
though they were the cause, I don't know how many would have rid it out like that. But
But you certainly showed a perspective of reality, because although she did wrong, she admitted wrong.
yeah,
She knew, okay? She knew, but because of that, she realized that it still was worth it.
yes,
It was still worth fighting for, y'all.
yeah,
I'm not saying it was worth what she did,
right. I
but
got
it was because it didn't heal her hurt.
yes, absolutely, yeah.
Mm,
It was a place of void and hurt, like you said. It wasn't
yeah,
the reason it happened was from her, and it didn't heal the hurt
yeah, yeah.
because that
It,
wasn't the reason that it happened, you know.
right, right, right.
So, but
And
yeah, her character was very, very, very interesting. It was
very,
cool how why I wanted that situation the way it was.
yeah. I did, and y'all, I'm gonna leave you. I'm just gonna leave you with this thought. Claudette was bold enough to say, um, we going to marriage counseling, and they was supposed to be getting a divorce, and he was like, no, we not. She was just like, okay, I see you there on this day at this time.
Yep,
His butt was right there.
yep,
His butt was right there. Um, oh my goodness. I could continue talking about this, but I want to give you the opportunity, Cara, to let everyone know where they can get this wonderful book of yours and any other book of yours. And y'all remember, I am going to put it in the description box. So just chill out. She says she has written other things. Trust and believe. It's a summer read. You're going to finish it in 2 days. I'm telling you. You're going to finish it in 2 days. That's how quickly you're going to do it. That's how good it is.
yeah.
So let us know where we can get your book.
It is certainly on Amazon, so you can get paperback and or ebook if you prefer ebooks. It's on Amazon. Of course, other major outlets. There is on Barnes and Noble website. I'm not sure if it's in the stores, but it's on their website. Even Target. You can get the
Ooh,
not in the store though, but on their
good
website
website.
and Walmart's website. You can get it there as well. And so this book is Christian fiction, and if Christian fiction is your thing, I also have Lady of the Church
Mm,
and Send Her to Me, Lord. They are also available on Amazon. And I have a book coming out in September that is Christian fiction as well, and that the title of that is When a Man Loves a Woman. So that would be out sometime in September. I don't have the exact date yet, so but
okay.
I'm working probably like the end of September. I'll have that
Okay.
out. Definitely follow me on Instagram. I
There
am
you go.
introverted Khara at on Instagram. So Khara is Kate, like you see it on the screen, Khara,
All right.
Khara, introverted Khara on Instagram. And so, but yeah, so we can connect there. That way you can keep up to date with my books and everything that I have coming out. But of course, yes, go on Amazon. You can even follow me on Amazon on if you go to my author page and follow, or
Okay.
just on one of my books
Right.
on the Amazon page under one of my books, you can click follow, and you can get emails, updates whenever I have a book coming out. It will come right to your inbox. Hey, Khara Campbell has a new book out, so you can go and purchase.
Wonderful.
And please leave reviews. They're so
Yes.
helpful.
Yes.
Please leave reviews. They are so beneficial. People don't understand how much. So, and you don't have to write a long review, and no spoilers, please, if you can. But it can be a simple sentence. But depending on which platform, though, because I know Amazon kind of changed it up a bit. I
Yes, they
noticed
have.
now that people can do ratings without reviews. I didn't think they could have done that
I
before.
didn't think so either, and now they can.
Yeah, so I'm seeing
Mhm.
that you can do rating without a review. But in any regard, please leave a review. It doesn't have to be long. It can take you a minute or two and done. You can even be anonymous. You don't have to put your name. You can just have, you know,
Right,
Alexander or some erroneous name. Nobody has to know
right.
it's you at all.
Well, I'm telling you, Cara, thank you so very much. And as she said, please make sure, Nook Club, when you purchase the book, once you have read it, please leave an author review because
Thank
those
you.
author reviews really do help. I mean, y'all know as you know, I wrote a book and it helps,
Yeah,
okay?
it
It
definitely
helps.
does.
And I want to leave y'all with this and because the whole book I can sum it up. It's about love. It really is. The whole book is about love. Everyone wanted to be loved, needed that love in some form of fashion.
Yes.
Okay. Even Wayne,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
his foolishness,
Yeah.
he wanted a congregation to love him and
Yes.
want him.
Yeah.
And um it's funny the lessons that we learned and and Claudette, and the other characters, Naomi, and all the other characters,
Yes.
Ryan, okay, and Kaden,
Casey.
everybody wanted
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
So I just want to leave you with this before we go. Because like I said, she didn't play around with the scriptures that these characters came up with to help them, to give them strength. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable and resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. And for all of y'all that know, 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. This was said to survive a storm, y'all. This was said in the book. I read it from the book. This was said to survive a storm. Nook Club, I hope that you have a wonderful Saturday. Do something for yourself, ladies. Self care is the best care. Remember, sustainable habits inspire mindful transformation to help you get your shift right. Peace and blessings, ladies. Bye.